Welcome to the Barker Podcast Collection.
I suck, you suck, I suck at Call of Duty. You suck. You suck. You suck.
Welcome to the Not Playing Podcast. My name's Rob Howard, and this week I'm joined by
Iain Bruce,
Patrick Kane,
and Matt Foxley.
You can contact us on email at notplayingpodcast@gmail.com or follow us on Twitter at notplayingpod. Iain, I think you've been playing the most recent big release, which would be
hello, yes,
Just Cause 3.
Just Cause 3. Yeah. So, Just Cause 3 out today. It is Just Cause 2 with a couple of extra bits with prettier graphics, and it's awesome. That's all I can say. I want to get that in now because Fallout 4 is the same as Fallout 3 with some extra bits and prettier graphics. I just want to preempt that. The hour and a half that people will be going, it's the best game ever. So I just want to get in with Just Cause 3, loving it, but it's nothing new.
But I'm afraid
What's everyone else been playing?
No, I'm not going to let you get away with it that easily. I've got a few questions.
I can tell you what's going to happen now.
Yeah.
We're going to hear all these different versions about the same thing, and they're kind of going to be the same thing.
Yeah.
We're all going to explain it in a different way, and actually we're all explaining that we all find it the same thing.
Let's talk about Just Cause 3, because I have known nothing about it. I didn't even know it was out.
Yeah, come on, you got to pitch it to us. Why should I be playing Just Cause 3 instead of Fallout 4?
Okay, who's played Just Cause 2?
No.
Yeah, I played Just Cause 2. Great game.
I bought it, didn't get as far as playing it.
Okay.
It's a silly game with it's the silly open world game, isn't it?
It's one of the silly open world games. It's like GTA on an island, on a tropical island, basically.
Yeah. I thought it was silly, so I never played it.
It's extremely silly and stupid and childish and just.
That's why you should play it.
The script is naff. The writing's terrible. The performances are dreadful. But the open worldy stuff,
amazing.
The open worldy stuff and the engine, is fucking amazing.
The engine was like
absolutely amazing.
3 or 5 years ahead of its time almost.
Yes.
It just ran so well and it looked so good.
But it was still a silly game with like grapple.
Oh yeah, it was a silly. That's why it was why it was a fun game.
Just to be clear, we are talking about video games here, which by their very nature are quite stupid. So
that is true. Yeah.
None of them are curing cancer, are they?
Indie game developers as well, aren't you? You're developing, aren't you two?
Yes.
Yeah.
So therefore, you're stupid as well. Well done. Thank you very much.
We are.
Oh,
yes.
absolutely.
However, we can get Windows 10 to work, so some of us are stupid for different reasons.
Yeah.
So, Just Cause 3. Yeah, this is the same engine as that was used in Mad Max.
Yep.
That was I played on that. So it runs well, does it?
It runs extremely well on my machine, but I appear to be the only one who is able to make it run well.
That's because your drivers are up to date, obviously.
Yeah.
That's always the first fix, isn't it? Oh, are your drivers up to date? No shit.
I've heard
there's been a lot of stuff on the internet about the entitled not working for them and stuff, and that's all right. I don't really care. It worked for me.
How much is it and where can you buy it from? Is it expensive?
You can get it for £16 on the CD on the key resellers like CD keys.
Yeah, I saw it going on there.
So £16. That's not bad, is it? How many hours
on
of fun
PC?
do you think you'd have out of it? And
I think
you can't multiplayer, but I did hear about. Well, Rob, you told me some mod you played where it let you multiplayer it or something.
Yeah, there was a mod for Just Cause 2 that let you have 2,000 players on a server.
It was an incredible thing. It was a beautiful thing.
It was the most amazing, insane thing I've ever seen in my life.
Teabagging was allowed.
There was just ridiculously large races going on. It was like the Gumball Rally in VR on acid.
Oh, you played this on VR as well, Pat?
No, it ran in VR. Well, I mean that it was in a computer game, and
it was just
making it even more bonkers.
You couldn't play it first.
Hundreds of players in cars racing each other.
You can play Just Cause 2 in VR. There is a.
Can you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a.
And how's that?
Bonkers. Especially with the grappling hook with your face is is an amazing experience.
Look where you want your head to appear.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
So anyway, it is the same as before. Really, I can't dress it up. It looks much better. There's a couple of extra bits. You can grapple things together and then pull them together, which is quite funny. There's a wingsuit, and I don't think Just Cause 2 had this, but it's got a thing like what was that Asian open world game called? Come on now.
Far Cry 4.
Guild Wars.
No, it was shooting something dogs, sleeping dogs. There we go.
Sleeping Dogs. That's it. Yeah.
So sleeping dogs kept a track of like little achievements that you've done and listed them next to your buddies or other people that were playing the game. And Just Cause 3 has started to do that, or Just Cause 3 does do that. And I am finding myself getting slightly competitive with people that I've just had know on Steam a bit. One of them today managed to use the wingsuit for 3.5 minutes without landing.
Sorry,
so I did a bit of stuff and got it up to 13 minutes before landing. And I never do that. I absolutely can't be asked with that stuff normally. But with this, because the game is so beautiful, I'm getting into it. So I do appreciate there will be a lot of haters for this because it's just the same thing again. It's not going to run on your machine because for whatever reason. But I'm really enjoying it. So if you've got 16 quid spare and you have nothing to do until Horizons comes out for Elite, and you don't want to play Fallout 3 again, then play Just Cause 3.
Yeah, well, the problem is it's the timing, I think. I mean, Just Cause 3, where we have Fallout 4.
Yes, and that means it's better. That means it's better because the 4 indicates the betterness.
So when Just Cause gets to Just Cause 4, if it gets there, if it gets to the 4.
More gooderer.
Yeah.
One more.
It's one more gooderer.
One more Roman numeral.
Yes. But 4 is only a syllable away from being foreskin, which is the end of a cock. Just coincidence, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. I have no idea. I know nothing about cocks.
Rob's face.
I know, it's brilliant. He's going, how am I going to edit this
Just
shit?
Cause threesome? I don't know.
I think generally that's better unless you're with another guy. Or it's just two other guys. I don't know. Whatever tickles your fancy, so to speak.
Well, we're going to have to wait a while for the multiplayer mod anyway,
Just
aren't we?
Cause, I had £16.99. I bought it, I had a load of fun. There you go, that's on the poster.
Yeah, I think if you haven't bitten the bug for Fallout 4 and you have like a huge open world crater in your life, then I'm sure Just Cause 3 will fit the bill. But yeah, it's just it's an open world game too far for me.
Fill it with GTA 5 first, and when you've had enough of that.
In a year full of these games, where do you think it ranks?
Maybe Square Enix, where however you want to say it, should send us the game. There you go.
Yeah. Have you heard what we've just said? I don't think that's going to happen.
Just said it was brilliant, but it's not 4.
It's just not the right number.
No, that's all it is. They just haven't quite hit the number 4 yet.
Guys, we loved your game, but can you just...
Can you call it 4?
One more.
Just make another one, please.
Windows
Can you
did it. They
just change
skipped
the
10.
number at the end?
Yeah. And it'll be good.
You've played quite a few of these games this year, Ian.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think it ranks up against...
It's as good as Mad Max, because it is basically the same game. It is absolutely, basically... The only difference is the grapple hook and the wingsuit. Everything else is really exactly the same. And the story is different, obviously.
I really like Mad Max.
But you need to go from a base to a base to a base to capture stuff, to do things, to open stuff, to get more things, to build things, to blah blah. Not build things, but unlock.
Is it a bit Far Cry as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's primarily third
So
person, though.
it is pretty much the same game. Is that what you're saying? It is really, really similar in terms of mechanics.
As Mad Max?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the one like big variable that changes there is like the world, like the context. Does that make enough of a difference for it to be a different game?
It does for me, because it has the grapple hook, and that always makes this quite insane. It may Just Cause... I think I've got about 120 hours in Just Cause 2. from a number of different installations, and I just like fucking around with the grapple hook, or even just driving a moped across the island.
Yeah.
You know, you get on it and think, oh, I'll go over there and do this, and then 20 minutes later you're still looking at the beautiful trees going past.
What's
Yeah.
a snowped?
A snowped?
What's one of those?
It's a snow moped.
Yes.
Just getting around in the snow. But when you don't have to go very far in the snow, if you just have to go down the shops.
See, I told you it's a silly
get some-
game with a grappling hook. It's
Yes.
daft.
It
But
is.
probably lots
That's
of fun. I
exactly
haven't
why
tried
it's
it.
awesome.
I haven't tried
But that's
it.
because the reason I asked that question is because that very much influenced like what I thought about Fallout 4.
Yeah. Just before we open that chasm and I pop off and start playing it again, it is extremely repetitive. So unless you like doing the same thing over and over again, like you will have done in Far Cry 3 with the bases and Mad Max with the bases, I would avoid this because it is just the same thing over and over again. I like it because of grapple hook and the dynamicness of the enemies gives it enough variety each time to be different. And it's just batshit crazy, really. So
Does it have the same sort of structure as Mad Max in that you've got like a lot of ways to upgrade yourself, and you've also got all these different like it's like zone control? Do they have that in there?
yeah, there
Is
is zone control. There's a number of islands that are broken down into like sub areas where you can unlock different things to then unlock that area. As you unlock one of the towns, for example, you'll open up a number of challenges which will give you extra things that you can do stuff with. There isn't any crafting. There isn't any bring stuff back to base to make shit to get a load of points.
scavenging?
Yeah, there's no scavenging, but there is. You unlock the mods for your equipment by completing in the challenges. The better you complete the challenges, the more cogs you get. That's cogs with a G, not a CK.
Okay.
And the more cogs you have, let you unlock specific things for your wingsuit or your guns or your explosives or blah blah. So it's very similar. But actually, Mad Max is similar to Just Cause 2. No,
that's the modders will
Modders will
perhaps
do that,
help
will they?
out with that later.
yeah.
And then you'll all run around like lunatic superheroes, just spamming your grapple hook into people's cocks and pulling them
Yes.
towards you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Making crochet
Sounds like
parachutes. out of
£16.99 well
grappling
spent.
hooks.
Well, keeps me happy and off the streets.
This has been the Not Playing Podcast in partnership with notlistening.co.uk, where you can also hear myself and Ian talk about movies and TV on the Not Watching Podcast, and Adam, Ash and Will talk about all manner of funny things on the Not Listening Podcast. You can let us know what we're doing right or wrong via email at notplayingpodcast@gmail.com, or you can tweet at or follow us on Twitter at notplayingpod. You can find the show notes for this show at notlistening.co.uk, and if you're listening to us on iTunes, please do give us a review. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for listening. See ya. And a Merry Christmas to you.
Oh shit, it's Christmas, isn't it? Yeah.
And a Happy New Year.
Suck at Call of Duty. I suck at Call of Duty. I suck at Call of Duty.
Oh, we're not having a tree, Rob. We're not having a tree. Or are we having a tree?
Surely you've got wood all the time, Matt.
I have got wood all the time, but that doesn't mean that I don't know whether to get a tree or not. Are you getting a tree? Are you guys having a tree?
No.
I always have
No,
trees.
don't do any of it here. Yes.
Really?
None of it at all. Don't do nothing here.
No.
I saw Jens and Trudy got their tree up.
Oh, really?
I was like,
well, how did you see that?
I almost
Facebook.
went, it's not even November, and then I just thought, oh God, I'm just going to feel like an absolute bastard for saying that.
What, saying it's too early?
Not saying it's not even December.
I mean, it is.
It is December.
December the
So-
Well,
1st.
it is now. It wasn't at the weekend.
Oh, right.